It's a pretty crisp November morning. It's minus 14. I think it's about the 17th today. It's going to be our first day starting everything on feed. We're pretty well out of pickings, so it's time to start them on barley and start bringing stuff in and getting that started. So first thing I'm going to do is start the water for the bulls. So this water is the same as the water that's on the house, and the well is only about 2.5 to 3 gallons a minute. So this is set at 1 gallon a minute. You can still have a bath or wash dishes in the house. I'll set my timer for 2 hours and then come back and shut it off before this runs over. So we rolled barley in one side of this chop bin, and I've got a little bit of barley on the other side, about 50 bushels or so, that was tough coming in off the combine. It was damp, so I want to get it used up first. So I got the loader set here. I'm going to shovel that little bit by hand because that's just the easiest way to do it. After that's used up, then I can weigh a bucket or two out of this little auger and time it and see how much barley's going through. And then filling my chop wagon here will be pretty well automated. I'll just every once in a while, when we're using different barley from a different bin, I'll weigh it and see, you know, how many minutes and how many seconds it takes to put on as many pounds of feed as I want. It's just wheels off an old sprayer and parts off an old rod weeder that made into just a field wagon. You can load buckets out of the back if you want. And inside it's hoppered down to 2 doors there that open on the other side that feed the barley in a line for the cows, hooked onto a rope. So you just drive it out there with the cows, and when you're ready, you pull the string and the barley runs out the holes. You need to keep it covered and make sure that the slides don't happen to be froze up, but they're all moving free and everything's good. So this being the first day, I just need to get everybody coming, starting to look for the feed wagon. And so I'm going to throw, I don't know, 30 scoops of barley in there and take it out for the cows. 30 scoops doesn't even hardly come to the top of the hopper part, but we're just really trying to get the cows coming. Some of them won't know what's going on and whatnot, so we'll progressively bring the barley up every day once they start figuring out what's going on, to give them a little more. Today's just to give them a little taste so that they get the idea what's going on. By the end of the week, they'll have it figured out. I have a feeling that they're going to come a-running when they hear the bale truck anyway. Yesterday I opened the gate to the windbreak around the windmill there. There's 5 acres of grass or something there on the bullpen. So they've been in there working that off, and that's basically the last free picking that we have out here. There's a little bit of odds and ends, but they're wandering their way down. A few stragglers there. We're going, you can see the bin right in the middle of the frame there. That's where the well is. Most of the cows are down there right now having their morning water, I think. Dad's down there starting it right now. So we're just gonna mosey on down there slow and kind of gather them, and when most of them are here, we'll feed what we got. And the ones that miss out will be quicker to come to the wagon tomorrow. Not a whole lot of eating left out here. Hey girl. About as tall as the hay got on this field this year. I'd be pretty excited. Price of feed, I'm not real excited about feeding them this time of year, but you gotta do what you gotta do. They just figured out what's going on. Here they come running. Try and get most of them out of from around the well, and then I'll pull the string on the wagon and feed them. Dad's going down to scoot them out from around the well. Just waiting for the last of them to get here. Just gave them enough to get them coming. They'll know what's up tomorrow, and we'll give them some more. I got a pail of barley for the bulls too, so I'm gonna run over there and give it to them, get them started this morning. I don't know if they need a bale quite yet, but I'm going to find out. I'm going to take them a straw bale and see what they do with it. That'll give me some indication of what I do tomorrow. So this is a straw bale. It's pretty low quality feed. Straw is leftover barley or wheat after it's been combined. And most of the food value has actually gone into the seed, and all that's left behind is the yellow stalks. And that's what straw is, as opposed to hay, which is rolled up green grass that's been dried. They love hay, but straw, they'll eat it only if they're really hungry and in the wintertime. So we want to feed it when they're willing to eat it. And they're just standing around watching me take the strings off it. They're not all that excited, which is a good sign. If this was a hay bale, they'd be standing on me, pushing me out of the way to eat it. So I'm gonna roll it out and pay attention to whether they're just laying on it, or they'll eat a bit of it for something to do. But if they were jumping on me to get at it and they eat it right into the dirt, you know they need another one and they need more. But everybody's pretty laid back, going, I don't think I even want to eat that. So anyway, we'll roll it out and see what happens. Yeah, they're not real interested in the straw bale. That's a good thing. It means they're getting enough picking out in the fields that I don't have to bring them a straw bale for a while. If it was a hay bale, they'd eat it whether there was stuff to eat out here or not. But this shows me that they're happier just picking the fence lines and the dry old grass than they are eating this stuff. So I'll just keep feeding them barley for a while and keep their energy levels up, and if they start looking a little hungry or reaching through the fence, I'll try again with another straw bale, give me an indication of whether they need something or not. But they really aren't eating it, so I'm not going to waste the time and money feeding it. When it gets colder in the middle of February, they'll be eating these things like candy, but right now they've got better options, and that's a good thing. So we'll do some more chores. Well, I was going to go out and chase in our replacement heifers and the few cull cows we have left, but I see they've all come in and they're just waiting at the gate to come in. So I'm sneaking around the back way to lock the gate behind them, because they're spooky enough. If I just try and open the gate to let them into the corral, I'll scare them and they'll all run out, and then I'll have to chase them in. So we're gonna go around behind and shut the gate. I've got some hay and a little bit of barley put in the troughs for them this morning too. It's their first day on feed. They'll get so that they come in every morning and be standing there about the same time. As long as you stick to a schedule, you try doing this early or try doing it late, then the cows they come in and they give up and then they leave, and then you got to go bring them back in. Or if you do it early, then you got to go out and chase everybody in. So it's really handy if you just pick a time, and that's when you do your chores, and the cows just get into the rhythm and it all works good until you have to get up early and because you got something else to do and try and do it. You start an hour early, it takes you a lot more time, and if you start late, well, it takes you a lot more time too. So we'll go lock them in. Yeah, the bulls are in for a drink. Just do a rough count here, see if we got them all. Yeah, this is what the troughs look like. With some hay in there. See, hay is dehydrated or dried out grass. The sun's done the work, but you cut the grass when it's green in bloom and then dry it out and roll it up. So it's pretty good feed value, and the cows like it. And then I got a little bit of barley on top of there because it's a little bit different. They're not used to eating it, so they'll come in and they'll eat this grass, and then they'll get a little barley in their mouth and realize that it's pretty good stuff too. So I got these things are prepped with just a little bit of grain in them, and the calves, replacement heifer calves, are out there. They're pretty spooky, so guy needs to be careful around them because they'll just all stampede and run right through the fence if you're not careful. They have very different feeding requirements than cows, so we feed them separate, same as the bulls. Everything gets split up into different feeding groups over the winter. Got a couple old cull cows with our replacement heifer calves there. Because they're so spooky, if you have a couple old cows with them, the old cows need a little bit more feed anyways, and they kind of are a calming influence on the group of them and makes it a lot easier to handle them if you got a few old cows with them. The bulls are talking to each other pretty good this morning. What do you suppose he's saying? That one in the middle there, he's giving everybody the old side eye, looking at him out of the corner of his eye, trying to look all big. they don't really get along, and then they all come in to drink at the same time and they start giving each other a hard time, getting into a fight and breaking stuff. So I'll let these replacement heifers in here and kind of mill around them a little bit to get them used to me. Well, the cows know what's going on. These young calves will follow the cows. Yeah, I'll take the long way around. I'm just going to spook them the wrong way here. Yeah, they're flighty. In you go, guys. I might as well shut the bull water off while I'm here. Really their first day with grain, so make sure there's enough bunk space for everybody. If you're too crowded, I can pull another bunk over here, but you don't want too many bunks because then somebody will get a bunk to themselves and eat too much grain at some point. It'll take them a week to kind of everybody figure out what there is to eat. I'm making them nervous, you can tell. They've got some trace mineral salt here, and a couple of them got to come in and have a drink just because. So when they get done eating, I'll make sure that there isn't a big pile of barley left that one will pick up all on his own and get too much of. Because if they get too much barley, one of them, it'll make them sick. So we need to make sure that they all get about the same amount and that it's cleaned up.